Celebrity Buff here, and I talked about in my previous video back in October my camera took a crap. I was supposed to do celebrities that were gone too soon, because October being the month where we remember those who died and have passed away. So in October I was going to do that, but yet my camera also had to be the one to die on me on that month, believe it or not. So I guess we can do a memorial for my camera who also passed away. So since I'm running behind, I am going to do a countdown. So here are the top 7 celebrities that were taken from us too soon. Number 7, Selena Quintanilla. I have to admit, when Selena was touring and singing, I wasn't paying a whole lot of attention to her or her music, but I had a lot of friends and family that were huge fans of hers. And when the movie came out starring Jennifer Lopez, it was obvious she was an amazing singer, performer, songwriter, and clothing designer. She had a huge heart, donating to civic causes and helping her community. Sadly, she was shot and killed March 31st, 1995 by her former manager, Yolanda. She was only 23 years old. George W. Bush, who was governor of Texas at the time, declared Selena's birthday would be Selena Day in Texas. Without a doubt, if Selena wasn't taken from us, we would be hearing more and more about the amazing things that she is doing to this day. Number 6, John Candy. I remember growing up and watching tons of movies by this guy. Some to this day are classics. They play some of the same movies every year, like Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. They play every year as it gets close to Thanksgiving. Basically about this man, played by Steve Martin, just wants to get home to his family for Thanksgiving. He travels the road, travels on tracks, and in the air with John Candy, who does nothing but make his trip a living hell.
You're going to kill somebody! You're going the wrong way! What?
Yet at the end, a bond between the two is formed, as they are best friends. This is a classic. I say if you have not watched Planes, Trains, and Automobiles to this day, this is worth watching, especially as it gets closer and closer to Thanksgiving. And believe it or not, it's based on a true story on what happened to the director, John Hughes. I have no doubt if John Candy was still alive, we would be seeing new movies coming out featuring John Candy. However, Mr. Candy passed away March 4th, 1994, suffering from a heart attack while filming Wagons East. John Candy, may the... well, I'll let Yogurt from Spaceballs say it.
And may the Schwartz be with you.
Number 5, Michael Jackson. For those who grew up in the 70s, 80s, and early 90s, we all remember Michael Jackson, the king of pop. He always was the talk somehow, some way. Either people were talking about his music, his dance moves, his bizarre relations people accused him having with children, or his nose.
Lip blanket, I got your nose. I got your nose blanket, see? I got your nose.
However, no one can deny he had a great music, he was a great performer, and everyone at least once in their lives tried to do the moonwalk. We always wonder what other great music he would have made had he not been taken too soon. Number 4, Prince. Again, another great musician from the 80s. For some people, if they weren't a fan of the King, then they were a fan of Prince. He sold over 100 million records. He won 8 Grammys, 6 American Music Awards, a Golden Globe, and an Academy Award for Purple Rain. Which, if you don't know the movie Purple Rain, ask your grandparents. Most likely they know that movie. For some reason, everyone in the 80s, that grew up in the 80s, loved that movie Purple Rain. If you don't know the movie Purple Rain, ask your parents or your grandparents. Preferably your grandparents. They would know the movie much better. He died April 21st, 2016. The cause was an overdose of pain medications. We would no doubt be hearing more of Prince if he was still around. Number 3, Carrie Fisher. Now, hearing that Carrie Fisher passed away on December 27th of 2016 was an all-time shocker and surprise to everyone. She just got done filming Star Wars Episode 7, and then we hear she was currently filming the next Star Wars. But then all of a sudden it was on the news that she died because of cardiac arrest. She was an amazing actress and writer. Not only that, but she helped write many movies, or at least look over the scripts as a script doctor. Which, by definition, is someone who looks over a script to improve the story. Some films she was a script doctor for was the movie Hook, The Wedding Singer, and many of the Star Wars films. She is one celebrity the world will miss. Number 2, Chester Bennington. Now, I'm a huge fan of Linkin Park. I've seen them in concert more than once, and the drummer's uncle was my mom's dentist, believe it or not. And he would always talk about Linkin Park with my mom. Chester auditioned for the band, but at this time they were called Zero, spelled with an X. So the band held auditions, and when they heard Chester's voice, they knew he was the one they wanted. They didn't audition any more people. Chester joined Zero, which then they changed their names to Linkin Park. And they sold over 65 million records, which include Hybrid Theory, Meteora, One More Light, and much more. Chester was the lead singer for Stone Temple Pilots, which had always been his dream, and he formed his own band called Dead by Sunrise. Who knows what other great hits we would be hearing from Chester. Before I reveal the number 1, here are some honorable mentions of celebrities that were taken from us too soon. And now for the number 1, Robin Williams. Without a doubt, most everyone knows and loved Robin Williams. He was funny, he was one of the best actors out there. Everyone has seen at least one of his films. There was Mrs. Doubtfire, Good Morning Vietnam, Dead Poets Society,
A madman.
What kind of madman? Well, think about it. Just answer again.
A crazy madman.
Oh, you can do better than that. Free up your mind. Use your imagination. Say the first thing that pops into your head, even if it's total gibberish. Go on. Go on.
A sweaty-toothed madman.
Good God, boy. There's a poet in you after all. There. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Close them. Now, describe what you see.
I close my eyes.
Yes?
And this image floats beside me.
Sweaty-toothed madman.
A sweaty-toothed madman with a stare that pounds my brain.
Oh, that's excellent. Now, give him action. Make him do something.
His hands reach out and choke me.
That's it. Wonderful, wonderful.
And all the time he's mumbling.
What's he mumbling?
Mumbling truth.
Yeah, yeah.
Truth like a blanket that always leaves your feet cold.
Forget them, forget them. Stay with the blanket. Tell me about that blanket.
You push it, stretch it, it'll never be enough. You kick at it, beat it, it'll never cover any of us. From the moment we enter crying to the moment we leave dying, it'll just cover your face as you wail and cry and scream.
Don't you forget this.
Good Will Hunting, 1 Hour Photo, and of course he was the voice of the genie on Disney's Aladdin. I have an interesting story about Robin Williams. I have a friend who was in the hospital. She just got out of surgery a couple days, and she was in her room and she was resting because she was out of surgery, and you know, she was trying to recover. And as she was resting, she hears a knock on the window, and she turns her head and she sees who's knocking on the window, and it's Robin Williams. And he's waving at her, and he has a clown nose on, and he went to this children's hospital basically just to make the kids happy. You know, Robin Williams is visiting children, and of course they were happy. And my friend saw Robin Williams knocking on her window, waving at her, and of course she felt so excited because, I mean, she got to see Robin Williams. Without a doubt, if Robin Williams was still alive today, we would be seeing new movies coming out featuring him. Hold up. I just thought of another one. Consider this, I guess, a bonus. The other one, Brittany Murphy. Brittany Murphy was a talented actress at best. She had her career growing so high and so big. The first show I've seen her in, or I did see her in, was the television show Frasier. When I first saw her, she was just an extra. Her career wasn't big yet. However, she was doing small roles trying to build her career up, and in 1995, she got her big break when she did the movie Clueless.
Let's do a makeover.
No.
No. Oh, come on, let us. Cher's main thrill in life is a makeover, okay? It gives her a sense of control in a world full of chaos.
Please. Sure. Why not? Shit, you guys. I've never had straight friends before.
Playing the teenager named Ty, who comes into town, who is the new student, and becomes friends with Alicia Silverstone and Stacey Dash. However, the thing about these three ladies is that they're totally clueless about everything, so she fits right in. After Clueless, she was starring in many other films, such as Just Married, which, if you haven't seen Just Married, and you're looking for a good comedy, Just Married just might be the right movie for you.
Welcome to the honeymoon from hell!
I said he karate with a Chinese grandmaster.
Well, I hope he showed you how to pull a fire poker out of your...
I'm sorry, honey.
Unfortunately, Brittany Murphy died December 20th, 2009. She was only, I believe, 33. If she was still alive, without a doubt, we would be seeing new movies coming out starring Brittany Murphy. Okay, I caught up for the month of October. I'm Celebrity Buff. I'll be back with another celebrity.